Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, don't turn away now, for the final heartbeat of this message carries a secret meant only for you. In the last 5 minutes, something powerful is waiting, something that could shift your path forever. Remain with me until the end, and you will step into blessings prepared only for you." My dear child of God, though these words may appear overwhelming or even impossible, do not be afraid, for the language of heaven is not like the world's. What may seem like fear is, in truth, an invitation to open your heart fully to the voice of love, trust, and divine restoration. Type 555 to receive miracles. There are moments when the world shakes beneath our feet and the sky looks too heavy with storms to bear. There are days when you look at your empty table, your unpaid bills, your tired eyes in the mirror, and wonder if God sees you at all. But my beloved, He does. God sees everything. Not only the tears you hide when no one is watching, but also the hopes you barely let yourself dream anymore. He sees the weight you carry silently, the pain you've learned to smile through, and the prayers you whisper in brokenness. Right now, you may feel the pressure rising around you like a flood, threatening to drown your peace. You may be standing in a valley of fear, surrounded by voices that say there is no way out, no light ahead, no miracle coming. But heaven is not silent. God is not absent. And you are not alone in this darkness. I have been sent not to scare you, but to hold your hand through it, to tell you that something is about to change so beautifully, so completely, that your soul will remember it forever. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you believe God is guiding you. What you must understand, dear soul, is that God's heart breaks not because He is powerless, but because He loves deeply. He is not weeping out of fear for the world, but out of compassion for how far His children have drifted from Him, from love, from trust, and from the truth of who they are in His eyes. You are not just someone passing through time, scraping by. You are His precious creation, His child, His treasure. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. This financial crisis that is coming is not punishment. It is a wake-up call to the world, a turning of the soil so that new seeds of trust, unity, and surrender can grow. For too long, many have trusted only what they can see, what they can hold, and what they can control. But the kingdom of God does not operate through fear, greed, or numbers on a screen. It moves through faith, obedience, and love. And God, in His mercy, is preparing a way for those who still believe, who still listen, and who still bow their hearts before Him. Tonight, something sacred is set to unfold. Not because of a number, not because of a promise of wealth, but because God has chosen you to receive a sign of His care. It is the symbol of restoration, of a blessing too big for your hands but not too big for your heart. It is a reminder that God can open doors no one even knows exist and pour out blessings beyond human understanding, but He does it not because we earn it, but because we are His. There are angels already surrounding you, whispering peace over your house, clearing paths that seemed blocked for years, and preparing hearts to help, support, and love you. You are not forsaken. What is being given is not simply to rescue you but to lift you into a new season of life where you no longer live in fear of the next bill, the next sickness, or the next disaster. God is calling you higher, deeper, closer to Him. And when you step into that trust, that surrender, you unlock a flow of grace that cannot be stolen, delayed, or denied. Type 333 to welcome peace into your heart. But listen, child of God, the money is only the beginning. The true gift is the renewal of your soul, the warmth that returns to your heart when you feel God's love pouring in like sunlight after years of winter. What's being healed is your faith, your dreams, your reason to keep going. What's being restored is your identity as someone who is not forgotten, not overlooked, not too late, and not too broken. You are the reason heaven watches with gentle breath, waiting to celebrate your rising. Hold on for just a little longer. Don't let fear steal what is already yours in God's promise. Don't look at the clock or the calendar or the news to tell you who you are or what is possible. Look at the cross. Look at the Son who gave everything to make sure nothing could separate you from love. Even now, Jesus is reaching for your heart, not to demand perfection, but to remind you that you are still worthy of miracles, still a child of heaven, still held in every storm. Let tonight be more than a hope for wealth. Let it be the beginning of a return to faith, to peace, to God's arms. Let it be the night you say yes, not to fear, not to doubt, but to the soft voice of your Father saying, I am still here. I have never left. And I will take care of you. The world may tremble, but you will stand. Because you are not standing alone. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. Though the world may seem loud with urgency, this message is not about fear. It is a calling, a whisper from heaven wrapped in hope, filled with mercy, and soaked in the unconditional love that God continues to pour out on His children even when the world grows cold. There are times in life when everything feels fragile, when the foundation under your feet doesn't feel strong enough to carry your burdens anymore, and when you wake up wondering how you'll survive another day. But in those moments, God draws closer than ever. He does not run from your weakness. He does not turn away from your struggle. He walks right into the heart of your sorrow and wraps His presence around you like a warm blanket on a winter night. You may not always see Him, but His arms are around you even now. Right now, many hearts are heavy. Families are barely getting by, fathers and mothers are praying over empty wallets, and children are growing up too fast because the world has lost its gentleness. But this is not the end of the story. It's not the end of your story. God is writing something new, and tonight, He wants you to know that what you thought was lost is not gone forever. What you thought was over is about to begin again in ways you never imagined possible. This promise of financial abundance is not a trick, and it is not a fantasy. It is a symbol. A sacred echo of what happens when faith opens the door to divine provision. God knows what you need even before you ask, but He still waits for your heart to open, because He does not give to overwhelm you, He gives to grow you. He gives to heal you. He gives so that you may know that His love is not bound by the logic of this world. It surpasses all human understanding and reaches into places where nothing else can. Type 444 if you believe in God's divine protection. You might be wondering why the number is so large, why the big figure was spoken. But let me tell you, it is not about greed. It is not about materialism. That number is a sign of God's ability to do the impossible. It is His way of showing you that no mountain is too high, no situation is too far gone, and no soul is too broken for Him to restore. The same God who fed thousands with a few loaves, who calmed the seas with a word, and who raised His Son from the grave is now reaching out to lift you from despair. You may feel unworthy. You may feel like you've made too many mistakes, or that you've fallen too far. But grace does not measure your past, it only sees your heart now. Jesus didn't come for the perfect. He came for the weary, the wounded, and the lost. He came for people like you and me, the ones who need Him most. And right now, He is standing beside you, not to condemn you, but to restore you. He sees beyond your flaws. He sees the beauty of your soul and the courage it took just to keep going. This moment is sacred. It is not about chasing wealth, but about remembering who your true provider is. The world may offer empty promises, but the Lord's promises are always faithful, always full of purpose, and always guided by love. He does not promise ease, but He promises presence. He promises that when you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When you pass through the waters, you will not be swept away. And when you feel like you can't keep going, He will carry you. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. Tonight, as you close your eyes, don't focus on what you lack. Focus on who holds you. Let your heart speak softly to the one who has always been listening. You are not begging from a distant king. You are speaking with your Father, who already set everything in motion the moment you turn to Him. Trust that even if the world shakes, you will not be shaken. Trust that the miracle is not in the money, but in the peace that fills your chest when you realize you were never forgotten. Heaven is closer than you think. Angels are around you, not just to protect you, but to remind you of the light that still lives within you. That light is your faith. And even if it flickers, even if it's barely a flame, God will fan it back into fire. So let Him. Let tonight be the beginning of something you never thought possible. Let it be the night you stopped surviving and started living again. Because you are loved, not because of what you have, but because of who you are. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive wealth into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. My dear one, these words are not meant to frighten your heart, but to awaken it gently. What seems like a storm is not meant to destroy you, but to cleanse your path, to make space for a miracle that has been waiting quietly at the edge of your faith. In these final moments before a great shift, heaven watches closely. God's eyes are full of love, but his heart aches for the world that has forgotten where peace truly comes from. Many chase wealth without love, seek power without kindness, and run after success without gratitude. But you, my beloved, are being called to something deeper. You are being asked not only to believe in the promise of provision, but to understand its purpose, to see that abundance means more than gold or numbers. True abundance flows from trust, humility, and love that remains steady even when everything else crumbles. Type 555 to receive blessings and miracles. God is not angry. His tears are not of wrath. They are the tears of a father who watches his children struggle in darkness when light is within reach. He watches souls bury themselves in fear, believing that scarcity defines them, forgetting that heaven's storehouses never run dry. He aches for the way hearts close when they should open, for the way people forget that love multiplies whatever it touches. Yet even through those tears, his mercy rises again like the dawn. His grace stretches across the earth, whispering, "Come home, my child. Let me take care of you." The crisis that approaches is not to destroy you, it is to wake you. When the earth shakes, it is often because God is rearranging things to make them right again. Many will see loss, but those who walk with faith will see renewal. When the systems of the world stumble, heaven's order shines brighter. The hands that cling to fear will tremble, but the hearts that cling to God will find peace that cannot be shaken. You, my dear one, are being invited to rest in that peace, to trust that even as the world grows uncertain, the Creator's hand still writes beauty into your story. You may not see how it will happen. You may not understand how blessing can find you when you feel unworthy or forgotten. But that is how God works, through the impossible, through the quiet spaces where you least expect it. You may think the number is too large, the promise too grand, but it is not about the money, it is about the message. It is a reminder that you belong to a God who owns all things, who commands the seas and the stars, and who can create a way out of nothing when your strength is gone. Right now, angels are preparing a table for you. Not only one of material blessing, but of spiritual nourishment, of peace that fills the cracks inside your soul. You are being called to lift your eyes away from fear and toward gratitude. Even before the blessing arrives, thank Him. Thank Him not because everything is perfect, but because He is faithful even when nothing else makes sense. When gratitude blooms, it opens the gates of heaven wider than any earthly key ever could. Do not think you must earn this. Grace cannot be earned. It is freely given because God loves you without condition. You do not have to prove yourself worthy of His kindness. You only need to receive it. Let go of shame, let go of guilt, and let His mercy flood your heart. You are not defined by what you've lost or by the mistakes you've made. You are defined by the love that never left you, even when you wandered far from it. Tonight, when silence wraps around you, close your eyes and breathe. Let peace fill you. Imagine the light of heaven pouring gently into your home, into your heart, into every place that feels empty. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders as the presence of God steadies your spirit. Hear the soft voice of Jesus telling you that it's going to be all right, that your story is not over, and that this storm will pass, leaving beauty behind. Remember, this message is not about fear, it is about faith. The promise of blessing is not a transaction, but a transformation. What God gives, He gives for purpose. What He restores so that love may grow and multiply through you. So hold your head high. Walk in peace. Speak kindness. Love deeply. Because heaven has already decided, you are chosen, you are loved, and you will not be left behind. Type 666 if you trust in God's grace and mercy. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. These words carry a message that goes beyond wealth, beyond time, and beyond what human understanding can grasp. This is not a message about fear or panic, it is a sacred invitation to believe that no matter what happens in the world, God's love will always find its way to you, even in the darkest hour. The world trembles with uncertainty. Nations rise and fall, markets shift like the wind, and hearts are often caught between hope and despair. But amid all this noise, there is stillness, a divine stillness that lives within every soul that dares to trust. It is in that stillness that God speaks. It is where He whispers, "Be still, my child, and know that I am with you." Those words carry more strength than any treasure, for they remind you that you are not walking through this world alone. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. When God weeps, it is not because He has lost control, but because He feels everything His children feel. Every sleepless night, every moment of loneliness, every silent cry from those who feel unseen, He carries it all. His tears are born of compassion, not anger. He sees the way people chase comfort in all the wrong places, and He longs to remind them that the truest comfort comes not from gold, but from grace. The love He gives cannot be measured, cannot be bought, and cannot be taken away. This coming crisis is not a curse, it is a correction. It is heaven's way of realigning hearts to what truly matters. The world has forgotten that peace comes from faith, not from wealth. But in this shaking, those who trust in God will rise above the fear. Their homes will be sanctuaries of calm. Their hands will be instruments of compassion. And their hearts will shine like lanterns in the night, showing others where hope still lives. You, my dear one, are being prepared for something greater than you can see. You are being asked not to doubt, not to question, but to believe that the same God who feeds the sparrows and paints the skies will never fail to provide for you. What is impossible for man is effortless for God. When He moves, every closed door must open, every storm must still, and every heart that trusts must be filled. Do not be afraid when the world grows heavy. Do not be anxious when you hear of chaos or loss. The peace of God is not found in the absence of trouble, but in His presence within it. He will hold you steady when everything else is shaking. He will carry you when your strength runs dry. You are His child, and He has never stopped watching over you. Even when you felt forgotten, Heaven was working silently behind the scenes, turning pain into preparation and waiting for this very moment to remind you that you were never alone. There are angels around you right now. They move unseen, yet their presence brings warmth to your soul. They stand guard at your door, they whisper comfort to your weary heart, and they guide your steps toward blessings you cannot yet imagine. The light they carry comes from God Himself, and it touches everything it encounters with healing, with peace, with renewal. Let that light enter your home tonight. Let it flow through every corner of your heart until fear dissolves and faith takes its place. Type, "I love God," to claim abundance through God's love. You have spent so much time worrying about what could go wrong that you've forgotten what can go right. But God has not forgotten. He remembers every prayer you've spoken, even the ones whispered through tears. He remembers every sacrifice, every moment you chose kindness when the world offered bitterness. And now, He is sending His answer, not in the way the world expects, but in the way your soul needs most. He is bringing not only provision for your hands, but peace for your heart. Type Amen if you trust God's plan, and share this video with 7 people to receive abundant blessings and life-changing miracles. So, lift your eyes, beloved. Do not let despair weigh you down. This moment is holy. This message is a reminder that you were chosen to receive something that no chaos can steal. The world may count wealth in numbers, but heaven counts it in love, in mercy, in grace overflowing. And tonight, as the clock moves closer to 9 p.m., something unseen is shifting in your favor. A divine exchange is taking place, fear for faith, sorrow for joy, scarcity for abundance. Let this be the hour you stop doubting. Let it be the moment you breathe again and believe that miracles are not distant stories but living promises. You are loved with a love that cannot fade, watched over by angels who never rest, and held in hands that will never let you fall. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are being lifted, healed, and blessed. And when the night falls, remember, God is still with you, and His plans for you are far greater than anything you could ever imagine. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. These words may sound impossible to human ears, but they are not meant to be understood as the world understands. They carry a heavenly meaning, a spiritual truth that reaches beyond numbers, time, and material things. God's message is never about fear, it is always about love, faith, and the quiet promise that everything you have lost can still be restored by His grace. The world you live in often measures worth in numbers, possessions, and success. People chase after wealth, hoping it will fill the emptiness that aches within. But God sees beyond the surface. He sees the hunger that money cannot satisfy, the loneliness that comfort cannot erase, and the quiet sadness that hides behind even the brightest smiles. His tears flow not from anger, but from compassion, for his children have forgotten how deeply they are loved, how precious they are to him, and how close he truly is. Every trial, every loss, and every sleepless night has a purpose far greater than you can see. What looks like a storm is sometimes a rescue. What feels like an ending is often the beginning of something divine. God is preparing hearts all around the world to remember what truly matters, to love one another, to give without fear, to live with faith instead of worry. The crisis that approaches is not meant to destroy, but to awaken. It is a gentle call to return to the one who provides peace when the earth trembles, light when the path darkens, and hope when the soul grows tired. Type 999 if you trust Jesus with all your heart. My dear one, God's blessings are not limited by what you can see. The money mentioned is not only a symbol of abundance, but a sign of the impossible made real by faith. It is heaven's way of saying that nothing is too big for God to do, and no life is too broken for him to mend. When you surrender your fears and open your heart, miracles begin quietly, not always with lightning or sound, but with a peace that starts deep within you. That peace grows into faith, and that faith moves mountains. You must understand something sacred. God's provision is not only about money or wealth. It is about healing. It is about peace returning to your mind. It is about strength filling your spirit when you thought you had nothing left to give. True wealth is waking up without fear, walking in faith, and knowing that whatever happens, you are held by a love that will never let you go. That is the kind of richness God offers, one that never fades and can never be stolen. The tears of God are not signs of hopelessness but of deep love for a world that often forgets him. He sees the injustice, the pain, the hearts breaking under pressure, and yet, his mercy never runs out. Every tear he sheds waters the ground where your next blessing will grow. Every sigh from heaven is followed by a plan, a way, a door, a miracle shaped just for you. Even when you think it's too late, he whispers, "I am not finished yet." Right now, the angels stand ready, their wings wide with light. They are watching over you, clearing paths that seemed impossible, bringing people, opportunities, and healing into alignment. You may not see it yet, but something divine is unfolding behind the scenes. The answers to your prayers are on their way, and the weight you carry is about to be lifted. You are not waiting in vain. You are being prepared for a blessing so pure that when it arrives, you will look back and see why the waiting mattered. Do not fear the word crisis. The kingdom of God is not shaken by earthly events. When the world trembles, his children rise. When systems collapse, his people find new strength in faith. You are part of a promise that cannot be broken. You are a child of eternity, not of circumstance. Your worth does not depend on what you have, but on who holds you, and you are held by the Creator of all things. What if 7 minutes could rewrite your financial future forever? This hidden frequency, backed by neuroscience, flips the brain's natural wealth switch, unleashing unstoppable prosperity. People are calling it the money magnet sound, and it's already transforming lives. But hesitation means missing out while others move ahead. This is your moment to act. Click the link in the video description and comments below to awaken the wealth inside you today before the chance slips away. As you read this, take a deep breath and let peace settle in your heart. Feel the presence of God surrounding you like soft light, calming your mind, reminding you that you are safe, you are loved, and you are seen. Let go of the anxiety that keeps you tied to what might happen, and trust that what will happen is already written in goodness. God does not forget. He does not abandon. He fulfills every promise in His perfect time. Archangel Michael says, "Don't skip this message." God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. These words are not just a warning or a prophecy, they are a sacred invitation to return your heart fully to God, to rest in the shadow of His mercy, and to realize that no matter how heavy the world becomes, His arms will always be strong enough to carry you. Type 1010 to affirm that God's timing is perfect. When people hear numbers like this, their minds race. Doubt creeps in, and they wonder if it could ever be true. But let me remind you, child of God, the greatest blessings often come wrapped in disbelief. What seems impossible to you is simple to the one who made the heavens and the earth. And though this promise speaks of wealth, what God is offering goes far beyond what a bank account can hold. He is offering healing for the wounds you don't speak of, peace for the thoughts that keep you up at night, and renewal for the hope that's been buried under years of disappointment. In times of fear, people tend to grasp tightly onto whatever they think will save them. They reach for things that won't last, answers that don't satisfy, and paths that lead only deeper into confusion. But God is not like the world. He does not change. He does not lie. And He does not offer false hope. His blessings come from a place of perfect love, poured out not to impress or dazzle, but to bring wholeness to your spirit and remind you that you are not alone in this journey. Many are worried right now. The signs of trouble are everywhere, bills rising, jobs disappearing, families breaking under the pressure of survival. But this is the very moment God has chosen to step in and show His children that they are still held. He is not distant. He is not watching from a far-off throne. He is near, so near, waiting to take your burdens, to walk with you through every unknown, and to show you that His provision is real, powerful, and always perfectly timed. You have not been forgotten. Though it may feel like your prayers have vanished into silence, not a single word you've whispered in faith has gone unheard. Heaven keeps count of your tears. Angels have stood guard over your quiet cries. And now, the movement has begun. The shifting of tides, the clearing of paths, the alignment of blessing and breakthrough is already underway. You are on the edge of something sacred. Not because of a number. Not because of wealth. But because your heart is finally ready to receive. You may not understand how it will happen, but understanding is not required for miracles. Only trust is. Trust is the soil in which blessings take root. When you choose to believe, even with trembling hands, that God has not abandoned you, you invite heaven to make itself known in your life. And when you do that, chains begin to break. Doors open. Winds shift. and your soul begins to remember what it means to hope again. This wealth is a symbol, not of worldly greed, but of divine capacity. God is not limited by what you think is possible. He is not boxed in by what the world says is likely. He lifts the lowly, feeds the hungry, and clothes the broken in dignity and joy. What He is preparing to do in your life will not just change your situation, it will change your heart. It will heal places in you that money never could, restore dreams you buried long ago, and awaken joy where sorrow once lived. Let tonight be different. Let this moment be sacred. Turn off the noise. Set down the fear. Let your heart rest in the truth that you are safe in the hands of your Father. Close your eyes and picture the face of Jesus, not angry, not distant, but filled with love, smiling at you with tenderness and grace. Feel the warmth of His presence filling the cold spaces in your soul. He is not asking you to fix everything. He is asking you to let Him in. Type 1111 if you believe heaven is listening. Heaven rejoices not just when blessings are given, but when hearts are opened. That's what this message is truly about. Your blessing begins not when the money arrives, but when your heart says yes to God again, fully, freely, and without fear. When you let go of control, when you stop trying to understand everything, when you simply fall into His arms, you will find a peace more valuable than anything this world can offer. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. These words are not a command to chase after riches, but a tender call to trust, to pause, and to remember that the God who shaped the stars still knows your name, your pain, and every hope you've ever held in silence. There is something sacred about being still in the presence of God. In a world that rushes, that demands, that constantly tells you that you are not enough unless you do more, earn more, or become more, the voice of the Lord speaks differently. His voice doesn't demand, it invites. He does not push you with fear, He draws you in with love. And even now, while so much feels uncertain, His hands are steady, His plans are still good, and His heart is still for you. The financial crisis ahead will touch many lives. But it will not destroy the ones who remember where their help truly comes from. You are not being warned so that you panic. You are being prepared so that you rise. You are being invited to build your life on something that cannot be shaken, even when the world shakes around you. And that something is God's love, a love that does not falter when storms arrive, a love that carries you when your strength fails, a love that keeps giving even when you have nothing left to offer. The promised money is a picture of God's power to turn impossibility into reality. It is not about wealth for pride's sake or comfort without purpose. It is a sign of what can happen when a surrendered heart meets a faithful God. It is heaven's reminder that there is no limit to what God can do when we stop looking for answers in the world and start finding them in Him. And the beauty is, this blessing is not about deserving, it is about believing. What if 7 minutes of sound could end years of financial struggle and replace it with freedom, prosperity, and peace? This ancient frequency, once locked away in secret government research, is now changing lives everywhere. Imagine bills erased, doors opening, and sudden windfalls flowing into your hands. But every delay is wealth lost forever. Click the link in the video description and comments below to switch on your money wave, and claim abundance today. You have walked through valleys that few people know about. You have carried worries in silence and kept going even when everything inside you wanted to give up. God saw all of it. He saw you push through tears. He saw you give when you had little. He saw the moments you loved others when you had no strength left for yourself. And He has not forgotten any of it. Heaven is not blind to your struggle. In fact, your endurance has drawn the eyes of angels, and your name has been whispered in heaven more times than you can count. What comes next is not just restoration, it is transformation. God is not giving just to refill your hands. He is reaching to refill your heart. He is healing the quiet parts of your soul that have been empty for so long that you forgot how it felt to be full. He is restoring your joy, your peace, your laughter, and your courage. And as He does, He will place into your life the resources you need, not to build a life of fear, but a life of freedom. Type 1212 if you know God is guiding your steps. You may not know how to let go of the fear just yet. That's okay. God is patient. He is not waiting for you to be fearless, He is waiting for you to trust Him enough to hand Him your fear. You don't need to have perfect faith. You only need to begin with a willing heart. Even the smallest yes can move mountains when God is the one doing the lifting. Right now, angels are at work preparing the way. They are touching hearts that will bless you, opening opportunities that were hidden until now, and shifting things in the spiritual realm that will soon be seen in the natural. It may not look how you expected. It may not come through the doors you were watching. But when it comes, you will know, it was God. It was always God. Tonight, as you close your eyes, don't ask for signs. Ask for peace. Don't chase the numbers, chase His voice. Let Him quiet your mind. Let Him hold your heart. Let Him remind you that you were never forgotten, never abandoned, and never unseen. Let your last thought before sleep be this: God is with me, and that is enough. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. These words are not meant to overwhelm you but to remind your soul that in the middle of fear, God speaks the loudest through love, and when the world offers chaos, He offers calm, quiet reassurance that you are not forgotten and never have been. Even now, while your heart might be racing and your thoughts spinning in circles trying to grasp the meaning behind all of this, God wants you to slow down and simply rest. Not rest as in sleep, but rest deep in your soul, the kind of peace that doesn't come from knowing all the answers but comes from knowing that God holds every answer you will ever need. It is not a rest that ignores the world's pain, but a rest that rises above it, carried by the Spirit that never grows weary. This crisis, this shaking, this unraveling that is coming, it will look frightening to many. And yes, it will test the hearts of countless people. But for those who have chosen to place their trust in Jesus Christ, this will not be a time of ruin. It will be a time of refinement, a moment where what truly matters is made clear, and where heaven's strength will shine in the lives of those who cling to it. You, my dear one, are not called to survive this alone. You are called to walk through it with grace, with faith, and with your hand in God's. You might not feel strong. You might not feel ready. But your readiness has never depended on how confident you feel, it depends only on how willing you are to trust. And you have already come this far. You are already listening. You have already opened your heart, and that alone has begun to change the atmosphere around you. Heaven sees every small step of faith, and those small steps, even when taken with trembling feet, shake the foundations of fear more than you will ever know. Type 1313 to affirm strength through the Lord. Now, about the blessing, this unimaginable amount that's been spoken, please understand, it is not a bribe, and it is not a reward for perfection. It is a sign. A living expression of what God is capable of doing when His children look to Him with open hands. It is not the amount that matters most, it is the message behind it. A message that says, you are not limited by the economy, by your past, or by your current circumstances. You are a child of the living God, and His supply has no limit. There is a reason you are reading these words. There is a reason this message found you now and not years ago. The timing of God is perfect. He waits until the moment when your heart is soft enough to receive, when your soul is tired enough to surrender, and when your faith, though flickering, is still holding on. That flicker is all He needs. From it, He will light a fire that will warm your life and those around you in ways you could never imagine. In the silence of tonight, you may not hear trumpets or thunder, but listen closely, you will feel a shift. You will feel the stillness that comes not from absence but from the presence of something holy. That stillness is where transformation begins. It's where fear starts to lose its grip. It's where anxiety gives way to trust. And it's where blessings, once delayed, begin to move toward you at a speed only heaven understands. You are not just being blessed for your own sake. God is lifting you so that you may lift others. What you receive will become a river, not a reservoir. It will flow to places where love has been forgotten and where light has been dimmed. And your story, marked by God's faithfulness, will be a testimony to others that nothing is too far gone, no dream too broken, and no life too small for God to use. Let go of the question, why me, and embrace the truth, because He loves me. That is the only reason that ever matters. Not because you earned it, not because you were the best or the most faithful, but simply because you are His, and that will always be enough for Him to move mountains on your behalf. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this message. God is in tears. Only 8 minutes are left. A financial crisis is coming. But you will receive money into your bank account tonight by 9 p.m. if you listen to this completely. These are not just words floating in the air, they are a lifeline, sent straight from the heart of heaven to touch your soul, to bring you back to the quiet truth that even when everything feels uncertain, God is still steady, still good, and still right beside you. You see, this world has taught many to keep their hearts guarded and their hopes small. Life can be hard. Disappointments come without warning, and the ache of unanswered prayers can leave even the strongest hearts questioning if they were ever heard at all. But let me tell you, every word you've whispered in the dark was heard in the highest places. Not a single tear you've cried has been ignored. Every moment of struggle has been seen, held, and remembered by the one who formed you in love. The promised money isn't about wealth in the way the world defines it. It is about restoration. It is about God saying to you, I have seen the years that were stolen. I have seen the time you lost, the strength you poured out, the things you quietly let go of for the sake of others. And now, I am restoring, not just your finances, but your peace, your joy, your laughter, and the light in your eyes. That is what heaven's blessing looks like. It heals everything that broke along the way. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. This financial crisis that is coming, it will not crush those who are rooted in faith. It may shake systems, confuse experts, and stir panic in the hearts of many, but not in you. Because your trust is not in systems. Your source is not a paycheck. Your hope is not tied to human understanding. Your provider is the same God who fed the hungry with a few loaves, who called water from a rock, and who turned emptiness into overflow just by speaking. That same God is speaking now, to you. He's saying, do not look at what you lack. Look at me. I am the one who lifts the humble. I am the one who gives without measure. I am the one who turns mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, and fear into faith. These are not empty words. They are sacred promises. And they are being fulfilled in your life not because of anything you have done, but because God delights in showing mercy, in restoring what's been lost, and in lifting up the broken-hearted. Right now, even if you cannot see it, there is movement happening around you. There are angels dispatched with purpose. There are blessings already in transit. There are hearts being stirred to bless you. There are systems being adjusted to make space for your miracle. There is divine order rearranging everything so that the next chapter of your life begins not in struggle, but in peace. You are not being ignored. You are being prepared. And your preparation has not been in vain. Let your heart believe again. Not in the promise of money alone, but in the character of God, the one who never forgets, never fails, and never withholds good from his children. He is not waiting for you to prove yourself. He is waiting for you to receive. That is the posture of faith, not earning, but receiving. Open your hands, open your heart, and allow His love to rush in and replace the fear that's been weighing on your chest for far too long. When you wake tomorrow, you will not wake as the same person who went to bed in worry. You will rise with the peace of one who knows they are held, provided for, and surrounded by favor that cannot be shaken. What happens tonight is not just a change in your circumstances, it is a shift in your spirit. You will begin to see with different eyes. You will notice the hand of God in places you used to overlook. You will speak differently, walk differently, breathe more freely, and dream more boldly. Amen.